What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Belana, and this is my lovely girlfriend,
Carly.
And if you guys are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button right down below, and also drop a big thumbs up on this video. But what are we reacting to today, babe?
Today, we're gonna be reacting to these cute, adorable little animals that are actually very deadly. But it looks like you just want to squeeze your cheeks.
Alright, let's get right into this video, guys. Ready, babe?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Whether it's their big round eyes, chubby cheeks, or bushy tails, some animals are just undeniably cute. But don't be fooled. Some of the cutest, sweetest, most harmless looking animals hold deadly secrets.
Grr.
Whether it's a cute koala, a funny looking frog, or a pudgy little platypus, if you get too close to these animals, you might not come back alive. So get comfy and make sure you're taking notes.
Get
because
comfy.
These are some
Taking lots of
adorable
notes.
animals that are actually deadly. Perfect platypus. In my opinion,
What's he
platypuses
gonna
are animals
do?
that are as adorable as
In my
they
opinion,
are
they're
weird.
kind of ugly,
A
but
strange
hey.
semi-aquatic mammal has a beak like a duck's, a tail like a beaver, and fur like an otter. But instead of looking like a freaky Frankenstein of all these things, it's a pretty cute little critter.
They're cute
that
when
loves
they're
to
babies.
frolic around in the water and receive tummy tickles.
Aww.
Artists have even made semi-realistic
That one's cute on the
dolphins
left.
and animals that make them look even cuter. Aww. But these adorable animals, which are native to Australia and Tasmania, also have another strange characteristic. Hidden on their hind legs,
Oh,
platypus carry a venomous spur. Used to defend itself, it injects between 2 and 4 milliliters of venom into
Watch
its
out, get
attacker's
wet.
bloodstream. I don't think that's
It's
a
so
feature
cute,
males
though.
come with. At least I really hope it isn't. Fortunately, it's only males who possess this deadly ability, with females carrying rudimentary spurs that fall off a year into their lives. This means all puggles, which is the hilariously adorable name for a baby platypus, are born with their venomous development. But depending what's on the receiving end of this spur, the results can
I
be
wouldn't want to
lethal.
get hit by that,
I know
though.
what you're
no.
thinking. Could a platypus spur kill me? Well, as a matter of fact,
Maybe.
no. But for small animals like a dog, for example, it could take just one dose to finish them off.
That's
Man.
When
crazy.
you're not a dog, you don't want a platypus to attack you. The pain from this venom is apparently very intense. So strong, in fact, that one study reported that it doesn't respond to morphine.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And the
man.
horrors don't end there. Case studies report that the pain can eventually develop into hyperalgesia, a form of increased pain sensitivity that can last for months. If you're
No,
unlucky,
thank
you
you.
can even end up with muscular atrophy,
Oh, shit.
where your muscle tissues start to thin and wear away around the affected area. Ooh, suddenly these critters are less and more
I was about to say, do you want to get one?
No.
sweet, slow loris.
I don't like the
There's
eyes.
nothing
No.
cuter than large round eyes on them.
No.
If they're blessed with a pair of
Those
those,
are
they can
cute.
get away
Yeah.
with just about anything. And no, eyes are
This
Oh,
one's a
snap.
cuter
little
than those of
creepy.
the slow loris. These pint-sized primates have massive baby
I feel like
eyes,
I've seen
which,
these at the
because
zoo.
they're nocturnal by nature, help them see
Probably.
in the dark. They're not fast movers either, which leaves them almost defenseless.
Aw.
Almost. Slow loris may look lovable, but that doesn't make them friendly.
That's creepy.
No, in fact, these guys are solitary creatures who will bite you if approached. But before they do, they'll raise their arms over their head. Not to protect their noggins, but to lick their underarms. Bit weird, right? Well, they have
Yes.
glands underneath their armpits that ooze a noxious oil. When they lick those glands, their saliva combines with the oil to concoct a venom. This fills the grooves
What
of their
the
canines and
Interesting.
deliver a bite
And then they
strong enough
bite
to
you and
pierce
you
through
die.
bone. The venom then eats the flesh away, leaving the victim with wounds that have almost no chance of healing. One
Oh,
of just
damn.
2 venomous mammals known to man, the other being the platypus.
You would
slow
never
lorises hold the
expect
distinction
these,
of being
though.
the only
Oh,
venomous
absolutely not.
primate. And boy, do they fill that quota. So don't let their adorable appearance draw you in.
It
Or
already
you
did.
might have to wave goodbye to your own fingers. Before you do, though, why not use those fingers to click on those like and subscribe
Yeah,
buttons down
smash a
below?
like and hit the
Well
subscribe
done.
button. You heard the
You're-
man.
What have we got next? pretty pufferfish.
They're so
Have you
cute.
ever seen a pufferfish up close before?
Obviously, no, you don't
can't
touch
help
it.
but fall in love with the charming little smile and the big eyes plastered on their
Your
oddly
brother should be in
adorable
here for this
fishy
one.
faces.
Yeah, he wants a
Usually
pufferfish
found
so
in
bad,
tropical
guys.
oceans, pufferfish range in size from a single inch up to 2 feet long. Of course, they're mainly known for their defensive tactic of inflating when threatened or disturbed, like a big spiky balloon full of either air or
I've actually
water.
seen a
And
pufferfish.
should
They
the
actually
predator
do
dare
get like that.
disturb
We've seen
the
one.
pufferfish's peace,
Kind of like that
these
one.
guys turn from cute to killer. These fish are toxic, containing a lethal substance called tetrodotoxin.
Are these
which
all
to humans
pufferfish
is
or
up
just
to
this?
1,200
I
times
don't
more
know,
poisonous
because
than
how are
Specific
they
kind?
holding
One
one?
species
know.
that knows this all too well are
Dolphins.
Dolphins have been known to
The
take tiny
bestest
bites out of
animal
the
in the
toxic
world.
fish. Not enough for a lethal injection, but enough to get them high. Yep.
Oh.
Dolphins have
Nice.
learned that they enter a trance-like state when they nibble on pufferfish, and will purposely do so just for fun. I guess even dolphins need to find a way to relax. But what if a predator was dumb enough to eat a whole one?
Oh shit.
Well, scarily, pufferfish are served to humans in some parts of the world.
As you're watching,
Had.
Eat
some
it.
of the last old growth trees and rainforests.
Is it like the
across
octopus? You
British
have to be
Columbia.
careful so it
But
doesn't kill
only
you.
after
don't know.
a proper professional clean.
Professional
If
cleaned.
unwashed, pufferfish toxin will block sodium channels in an organism's neurons, restricting
He looks
their
like he's
function.
dying.
If that happens, their muscles will stop being able to control movement, triggering suffocation and heart
Oh,
failure.
that would be terrible.
And there's enough toxin in an
Oh,
average
that's so
pufferfish
cute.
to kill not one, not two, but 30 adult humans. And
Jesus.
there's no known antidote. So if you're at a restaurant and see pufferfish on
So
the
what do
menu,
you do when you go to
go
the
somewhere
hospital
else.
and like
Unless you
I
fancy ordering
got
dessert from the emergency room.
poisoned by
As
pufferfish?
unexpectedly
Nothing
terrifying
happens
as
to you.
some
They
of
just
these
take care of you the best they
self-defense
can.
I
What do you do
guess.
when it comes to
Damn.
defending your data? How do you protect your details from falling into the hands of malicious data thieves and third-party scammers? Well, this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access, might be able to help you out there. These guys are the world's most customizable and transparent VPN provider because not only do they
Alright,
never
guys, they're
store user
adding
data,
their own little
their
primo,
code
so
is
we're gonna
also 100% public.
cut through.
You can free and the subsequent monthly cost. These are the ingredients for one of the
They are
world's.
so cute.
That's a deal. Now, what creature have we got next? Lovely leopard seals.
Got it.
Those are really
Big
cute.
eyes, little snouts, rolls of blubber. These are the ingredients for one of the world's cutest creations. I'm talking about seals, of course.
Aw.
Pet it.
Leopard seals, to be exact. The third largest seal species in the world, growing up to 1,300 pounds and 10 feet long. With their agile bodies and hefty
very
heads,
sharp
these
teeth.
seals can
Yeah.
reach speeds of up to 25 miles per hour when in the water. So with that size and speed, a single leopard seal could make a formidable foe for a human. But incredibly, they're known to be friendly towards us. Amazingly, it's well documented that leopard seals are wonderfully curious animals and have been known to investigate and play with divers visiting their Antarctic habitat. Considering how cool and fun they seem to be, I don't even know why they've made this list. Oh wait, yep, it just came back to me.
The teeth.
Sharp
While they
teeth.
can be friendly, leopard seals are also very dangerous. In 2003, marine biologist Kirsty Brown was snorkeling in the Antarctic when she was suddenly dragged underwater by a leopard seal.
Oh shit.
No one knows what provoked this, but by the time the seal was through, Kirsty was 200 feet underwater, and sadly, she didn't make it out of the water alive.
That is crazy.
Again, looks can be deceiving, and cuteness can kill. So if you ever come across one of these animals,
Stay
be
the
sure to
hell
avoid
away.
Touch
or
it.
your fate could be well and truly
Touch it.
sealed. Delightful dolphins.
Dolphins made it on
It's
this
pretty
list,
hard not
babe.
to love dolphins. They're super sociable, sweet-natured, and intelligent. All characteristics that help make up one exclusively adorable animal. Right?
Yes.
You might want to think again. Dolphins may be smiley, but they're also kind of psycho. Because these mammals kill other animals in their droves. For fun. And they've got the tools to do some serious damage. Their beaks can act as bludgeons or clubs, while their sharp teeth are used to
Yeah, look
slash
at
away
those.
viciously at their target. Pods of dolphins have been recorded killing hundreds of porpoises in a single go, but then won't eat any of the carcasses, indicating their
Interesting.
murderous urges aren't linked to their appetites. Some dolphins are so psycho, they've even been known to target their own offspring. Off the coast of Scotland,
Interesting.
a scientist watched in shock as an adult dolphin picked up its calf and smacked it against the water for nearly an hour. Not only
Jesus.
that, but in Virginia, researchers found at least 9 dolphin calves bearing the puncture marks of adult dolphin teeth. But it's not just porpoises and their own offspring they target. people have been pulled underwater by dolphins as well.
That's what I was just
Back
about
in
to say, that it's
1999,
probably they
one
pull you
woman who fed
underwater.
a small pod of dolphins and then jumped into the water to swim with them was promptly attacked and ended up having to rip her left leg out from the dolphin's jaw. Fortunately, she survived. Just.
I still think they're adorable.
Cute koala.
What is
Now,
that
have you ever
gonna
noticed
do?
that people think bears are incredibly
Oh, I was about to
cute?
say, that's not a
Whether
koala, it's a
pandas,
bear.
Paddington, or Boo Boo, we just can't resist them. Even Australia's native koalas, or should I say, especially koalas, at a little over 3 feet in height, they look more like teddy bears than real bears. And that's for good reason. Despite being known as koala bears, they aren't actually real bears. They're marsupials. Their diet is almost exclusively based on eucalyptus leaves, which takes a lot of energy to digest, and they can sleep for up to 22 hours a
I
day.
wish.
And when they're asleep, they look like little furry angels. It's a different story when they're awake, though, as they've earned the name koala bears for a reason. They possess claws and teeth, and they do not respond lightly to
Oh, they're
provocation.
so mean.
Take
Yeah,
the
they do
case of
look
South
mean.
Australia's Marianne Forster. Back in 2014, Marianne was out walking her 2 dogs when one spotted a koala in a tree and raced over. Pulling Marianne along for the ride, the Australian assumed the koala would ignore her. Instead, the koala suddenly pounced on the dogs, and then turned its sight on
Puppies.
Marianne. It clawed at her leg and bit down so hard she couldn't get it off. After she'd wrestled with the brutal bear and pried its jaws off her legs, Marianne required 12 stitches.
Damn.
The koala probably believed it was in a territorial standoff. But still, you can't help but wonder what would have happened if the koala kept up its attack. Whoa, it almost doesn't bear thinking about.
Why touch it?
PITOHUI poison.
See, that
They find
name
birds
just sounds
cute.
like it's gonna kill
Not
you.
all of them, right? You wouldn't exactly call an eagle or a seagull adorable. Well, there are some birds that
Hey, there's your
definitely
duck.
have that lovability
I want
factor
one
in
so bad,
spades.
guys.
Like the PITOHUI bird of New Guinea. I mean, just look at that gorgeous plumage. Who's a pretty bird? If only they weren't the only bird known to man to produce a deadly toxin. And not just any deadly toxin, but batrachatoxin, which is gram for gram one of the most powerful natural toxins known to science. It's also the same poison that lends its name to the infamous poison dart frog.
That's
But more on
crazy.
them later.
But very
As
cool
for the
looking.
PITOHUI, the poison was discovered in 1989 when ornithologist Jack Dumacher caught the bird, then touched his face, and suddenly felt his tongue and lips go numb. Jack later discovered that the Pituis were getting the batrachatoxins from the small mellurid beetles they fed on. Secreting the toxins through its skin was how it removed them from its system. A pretty nifty way of dealing with it, while also making predators think twice before targeting them.
That's
And as it
very
turns out,
interesting.
overzealous ornithologists.
I never knew about this bird at all.
Badass beavers.
Beavers.
Building their dams by chewing down trees.
Guessing their teeth.
Beavers are nature's
Probably.
busybodies.
Or their
While they're
tail.
hard at work building
Oh, yeah.
dams, from afar, they're also damn adorable. Pun entirely intended there. Able to measure well over 3 feet from head to tail, and reaching up to 66 pounds, these charmingly chubby semi-aquatic rodents are utterly harmless if you leave them to their own devices. But if trapped or cornered, another side of the beaver shines through. The near constant use of those
Look at
super
those
sharp
teeth.
incisors means a beaver's teeth never stop growing. And if the threat
God.
is a human, there's nothing to stop a beaver sinking its famous incisors straight into your arm. But hey, you're not gonna die from that, right? No, unless that is the beaver causes serious injury and is carrying an infection. Beavers play host to all kinds of diseases, like
Nice.
tularemia or rabies. Yep,
If you shop on
More
Amazon,
ads.
you should use this tool. It's a browser extension that
rabies, the viral disease that infects the central nervous system of mammals, ultimately causing disease in the brain and death.
Great
You can
movie.
get rabies through a transfer of bites, body fluids, or even infected water. So there's a good chance a beaver attack could leave you frothing at the mouth and fighting for your life. Regardless of infection status, however, one beaver attack has been known to be fatal. It's the story of a 60-year-old fisherman in Belarus who, in 2013, met his
Interesting.
maker after a beaver bit open an artery in his leg.
Ooh.
Some argued the fisherman had provoked the attack by grabbing the beaver, while others said that
His
aggressive
fault.
beavers were running wild over the Belarusian countryside. Whatever the reason for the attack, I think it's probably safer to steer clear of Belarus altogether. Fancy frogs. Native to the rainforests
They look so
of South
cool,
and Central
though.
America, Tiny poison
Like,
dart
how are you
frogs come
supposed to
in
know
all
beforehand
sorts
you're
of
not
dazzling
supposed to
colors.
touch these
They
things?
range between yellow, copper, red,
I
blue,
want that.
green, or even black. But this isn't for some sort of froggy fashion show. It's all to warn predators that they're dangerous. And that
How do the
despite
predators
cute
know
looks,
that they're
They're
dangerous?
not to be messed with.
Like they're just smart?
So, what could be so dangerous about a tiny
It's so
little
cute.
In that same captivating skin, poison dart frogs store a natural toxin that can paralyze or
They
even
have these
kill
in
a
the
predator.
zoo
In
too.
fact, these teeny weeny little frogs are some of the most
Aren't they in
toxic
the
animals in
aquarium
the
here?
entire
Yeah, they're at the
world.
aquarium.
The golden poison dart frog, for example, contains enough toxin to kill 10 adult men. That makes them more toxic than PITOHUI birds,
Such a little
platypuses,
body.
Yeah.
or even a partner who asks for your phone password. Well, being totally toxic may not work out for your partner, but it helps these frogs out a bunch. Discounting a particular species of snake who have developed a resistance to it, the frog barely has any predators out in the wild. But still, if you're doubting the lethality of these colorful killers, just know that it would only take 2 micrograms, roughly a pinhead amount.
Do you think
of the
they
dart
kill
frog's
other
poison
frogs
to
too
put a
because
man
they have
in
that
his
poison?
grave.
Probably.
Wow. That's
like
more
they kill a
toxic
lot
than
of
the latest
things.
Shane Dawson drama. Darling dingo.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
At a glance, dingoes,
They look like
especially as puppies,
dogs. Yeah.
look like a pretty adorable breed of dog that's native to Australia. But if you're an Aussie, you might know that, despite appearances, dingoes definitely aren't cute. Because these crafty carnivorous
They
canines
are
can get
cute.
vicious. Even though they only max out at about 60 pounds, these wild dogs are more closely related to wolves than domestic dogs, making them Australia's largest wild carnivore. This makes them a threat to sheep, young cattle, and young humans. Packs of these dogs hunt together, and while incidences of them attacking humans are statistically very low, since 2002, there have been more than 100 dangerous dingo attacks. Although historically,
They
some
have
of
these
them
in
more fatal than
California. They
Back
had them
in
at the zoo.
1980,
Yeah.
Lindy and Michael
San Diego
Chamberlain
Zoo.
Crichton were camping with their 9-week-old daughter Azaria and briefly
Oh,
left her alone in
please
the
tell me
tent.
nothing happens
Moments
to the
later,
baby.
Lindy claimed she saw a dingo wander out of the tent and scamper off. Only then did they realize Azaria was missing. After one of the most publicized homicide
What?
trials in Australian history, where Lindy and Michael were accused of slaying their daughter and lying about the dingo, the family was exonerated. New evidence did indeed suggest that a dingo had made off with the baby, and sadly she was never found.
That's
Since then,
Dang.
even more dingo attacks on children have been recorded. One as recently as 2021.
Always watch your
Remember,
children, people.
Dingoes are not dogs. They probably won't play a game of catch with you, unless that game is catch the kid.
That is crazy.
Happy hedgehogs.
Oh my god, hedgehogs are so cute.
For an animal covered in super sharp spikes, hedgehogs have the uncanny ability to act super cute when they want to.
Right?
These small spiny mammals
I would
use their
not wanna
spikes
get
ward off
freaking
predators
poked by one of their
curling up into
needles,
a
so-
ball and becoming a
Absolutely not.
360-degree spiky nightmare to deal with. Their spikes, which are made of keratin, the same stuff as human hair and nails, aren't poisonous or barbed in any way, but a wound from them can be fatal to humans. You see, hedgehogs carry a variety of diseases that can infect and seriously
Yeah.
hurt a human. But like most garden-dwelling
Will they
mammals,
come
hedgehogs
off and
only
get
carry
stuck in
these
your
diseases
skin?
in certain circumstances.
Yeah, and then you have to pull
and
them
aren't
out, I'm pretty
naturally
sure.
aggressive. So in general, they don't pose an active threat. But if they're sick, then it's different. If your skin is broken by a wild hedgehog's many spikes, their bites, or their scratches, the victim
You're
can become
screwed.
infected with a litany of dangerous things. Things like parasites, bacterial diseases like salmonella, and viral illnesses like rabies. So they may look like weirdly adorable balls of terror, but it turns out those spikes are the least of your worries. Beautiful blue ring.
What is that?
Few
Octopus?
animals are as distinctive as the octopus, with their big brains, 3 hearts, and famous 8 tentacles. Not to mention that in smaller sizes, octopi rank high on the cuteness index. Some are so cute that one recently discovered species was officially named Adorabilis, because it's so adorable.
That's kinda
Oh, look, it tried to hide in its
It
own
looks like the
tentacles.
little pink one
What a
from
cutie.
Nemo.
Yeah, it
But they're
does.
not all
It's
this
just not
adorably
pink.
harmless. One of the smallest and cutest of the species
That
is
looks
the
so
blue-ringed
cool, though.
octopus, that despite its invitingly bright coloring and distinctive size, holds a deadly surprise. Just like those poison dart frogs, blue-ringed octopi are aposematic, meaning it displays bright colors to warn predators not to mess with it. And just like the poison dart
It
frogs,
looks like it
This is
glows in
really
the
cute.
dark.
produce tetrodotoxin from their salivary glands. Remember how tetrodotoxin works? Well, here's a brief refresher. This deadly neurotoxin will attack your nerve impulses, break them down, and stop your muscles contracting, effectively paralyzing your body.
That's
Then it's
crazy.
only a matter of time before your heart and lungs stop working.
Why don't we get to
Yikes.
do these things?
But depending on how the
What?
octopus
Kill people?
administers this toxin, you might
Have
be able to survive.
cool
A study
powers.
recently discovered that when swallowed,
That are
tetrodotoxin
deadly,
becomes
but not
50
deadly.
times less toxic than
Are you
when
trying to
it's
say you want to kill somebody?
This
No,
might
but I want to
explain
light
why
up
back in
blue like
2010,
that.
2 people accidentally ate the deadly octopus, but both lived to tell the tale.
Go
By
get
the way, I think I'll
toxin
be
by that
leaving
one and maybe
you
it'll turn blue. I don't
later
know.
on.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
World of wombats.
What is
Wombats.
There are a lot of violent, aggressive animals in Australia. Dingoes, huntsmen, and
Oh,
crocodiles, to name a
that
few.
gave me chills.
Also, you know
That's
these are-
tarantula
well,
looking thing.
Even they might not expect wombats to be on that list.
They look like
And
rats.
these massive marsupials are often more
that's
than
like
4 feet
cute.
long, but they're totally harmless, right? I mean, they look way too adorable to ever be
I
violent.
don't call that
Right.
adorable,
Well,
but
you guessed it. Throw their cuteness aside, and wombats are surprisingly violent. If, for instance, a dingo intrudes in its burrow, the wombat will barrel into it, flip it onto its back, and crush it against the roof.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
that bitch is
Threatening
strong.
These marsupials transform into combat wombats. And the violence
Combat
doesn't end with
wombat.
dingoes. In 2010, 60-year-old Bruce Kringle stepped out
What's up
of
with
a
these
caravan he
60-year-olds
was staying in
dying?
when, out of nowhere, a wombat suddenly attacked him. Bruce tried to get away, but the wombat knocked him back repeatedly, clawing and biting him all over. When the wombat was
Did he
done,
die?
Bruce was covered head to toe in bites and scratches. It's surprising that the usually docile herbivore wombats can cause so much damage. Well, while wombats are cute and cuddly for the first 2 years of their lives, they live much longer than that, with some wombats known to make it to the grand old age of 34.
That one's
By
kind
that
of
time,
ugly.
the
Yeah,
animal
that
has
one's
grown
not the best
solitary
looking.
and aggressive. But hey, doesn't that fate await us all? If you're doubting just how solitary and aggressive these wubbable wombats become, take the case of a man and his dog from back in 2010. The dog had run down a wombat burrow, which the resident wombat didn't take too kindly to, and tried to crush the dog. Panicking, the owner hit the wombat over the head with a shovel, but that just made things worse. The wombat snapped, knocking the guy over and bit him so viciously that he wound up in hospital, covered in infected wounds.
Oh shit.
Well, they may look like big furry barrels, but
I feel like you just have to be
not careful,
unlucky to get
these
attacked
barrels
by
will
these
easily
things.
barrel you over.
Probably.
Like just wrong place, wrong time.
Cheeky chick.
Cheeky
Now,
chick.
fulmar birds aren't exactly the cutest birds in the world. While they are related
Say it
to
again.
albatrosses, which is kind of impressive, they're not what I'd call
Oh, they're
adorable. As adults,
ugly.
that is. Fulmar chicks, on the
Aw,
other hand,
the chicks are cute.
undeniably cute. So fluffy. As a chick, the baby bird is covered in a layer of down feathers, which
See, I would
provides
totally touch that
insulation
if it
from
was
cold
out in
temperatures.
public.
It eventually sheds these as it
Be
grows.
like, "Oh, you little
Before
thing."
then, it's a pretty immobile little lump of fluff confined to its nest. Seems pretty defenseless, right?
So what
Well,
does
these
it
babies
do?
actually have a secret weapon. If a predator approaches, the chicks repel them by projectile vomiting. You don't believe me? Well, check it out.
Oh, they have a video.
Oh my.
Holy
it's like
snap.
leaking. Throw up.
Now, is it venomous throw up or?
I don't know. That's so weird. I think it's just throw up.
And that's not just a regular puke either. It's deadly puke.
It
The
is.
birds are born with a part of their stomachs called a proventriculus. Here, they manufacture and store.
Yeah, that guy just like risked his life for a video.
Oil.
For
It's
content.
this that the baby birds sick up. And apparently, it smells like someone set a garbage dump on fire.
Interesting.
For
Weird.
predatory birds like sheathbill and skuas, the oil glues the bird's feathers together, so when it takes off to fly, the bird plummets to its death. Even if the bird tries to wash the oil off in the ocean, only
Damn.
discover they've lost their buoyancy.
Some of
And
these
slowly
animals are
but surely
savages.
drown. That's one
Ruthless.
seriously sickening defense mechanism.
That's weird.
Which of these
That's
animals did you
crazy.
find the cutest?
Comment down below which animal is the craziest animal you saw in this. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll be back with more videos soon. Bye, guys.